What's up, guys? Jeremy here from school.com/financial coaching. I am on a mission to accelerate your path to financial freedom. And the main way that I'm doing that, well, there could be multiple ways depending on how much you engage with the things that I have created. Okay, BudgetForLife, a great budget software, BR Legacy, a great investment management firm, and of course, school.com/financial coaching, a great resource and avenue for personal training, for coaching, for feedback, accountability, motivation, structure, direction as it relates to your financial goals. And what I'm doing right now is I'm externally processing with you, for you, all the little different bits and pieces that I can think of that have been important and constructive for me in my journey to financial freedom. And right now I'm on this theme of passion, and I want to talk right now about how your passion is not your why. Your passion is not your why. If you've consumed a decent amount of self-help content or personal development, leadership, you might be familiar with Simon Sinek's famous "Start with Why" TED Talk, and it's been recreated many times over. You know, and the gist of it's pretty simple. What is your internal core motivator, purpose behind whatever it is that you are trying to build or achieve, or like the business that you're wanting to create, the customers that you're trying to add value to? Like, what is your why? And I feel like for most people, this question gets big quick, almost ethereal quick. I mean, or very simple, but often it's like, I want to be able to provide a better life for my kids and my kids' kids. Like, I want to change my generational line. I want to change what my last name means. I want to make my last name mean something. Or, man, I want to be able to get my mom into a new house, you know, send my kids to college. Or it could get spiritual, ethereal, like, this is my purpose for existing. You know, this is what I think God wants me to do. Your why bleeds into anything and everything you do. It's another way of saying your purpose in life. And your passion is not your why. Your passion is not your purpose. And I would say that often now there's like different layers to this, right? You could have like a super meta purpose and a super meta why, but still maybe create a business that has a more narrowed in purpose, a more narrowed in why, but they would still have to be in sync with each other. Like, there would have to be alignment. But even that more narrowed in why, what I'm trying to say is that is not necessarily your passion. And I really in level 2 of financial freedom, Heart of Gold, like, that's really where you're trying to be a master of yourself. And level 3, Sharpen the Axe, that's where you're really trying to invest your time into cultivating passion. So your why, your purpose, your sense of like deeper fulfillment and existential existence, and then maybe even more narrowed into what are the types of people that you want to serve in life, or the types of businesses that you want to build, etc. Like, hopefully you've done a lot of homework on that in the Heart of Gold. Now, but the thing is, there's still more work to do, right? And there's a lot of people. Sorry, I'm getting my cash out in my pocket because I'm about to drop it off here at the bank. Trying not to miss anything, but I think I got it. 1 second.
How many cookies do you want?
Two would be great. Thank you, Shayna.
You're welcome.
Cool. Friday at the bank is cookie day, and Shayna asked me how many cookies I want, and I'm very happy about it. I said two because I'm trying to keep it trying to keep it in check.
Got a lot left over if you want to.
2 is fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay.
Have a good weekend.
Okay, see you soon. Your fulfillment why. What I'm saying is there's more work to do. There's a lot of people that have a big picture why. Like, let's say you're a super devout Christian, right? And your why is do the will of God or something like that, Like, there are a lot of people that maybe have that answer, but still feel pretty apathetic as far as just engagement with the world, like engagement with life. Like, what are you curious about, interested in? What are you learning about? What are you doing something with or for? Right? What is not driving you from a purpose perspective, but what is taking up your thoughts and your emotional swings, and what are you giving your free time to, or wishing that you had more time to do? And for a lot of people, that might kind of draw a blank. Like, you might just be in a function mode in life, right? Where you're just paying bills and cleaning the little house and getting your groceries and trying not to spend too much money and whatever. And that's fine, but what I'm saying is, on level 3, sharpen the axe, you want to cultivate passion intentionally. And that does not mean the big picture. It does not mean your fundamental core purpose motivator. It's just, what do you do? What do you care about? Does that make sense? I could really stop this video right here, because this is the gist of this point that I want to communicate. But another thing I could add on as it relates to cultivating passion is I want to give maybe an example or two of how your passions can pivot, and it is still better that you cultivate passion. Like, cultivating passion is supportive of cultivating more passion, and the more passion that you cultivate, the further away you are from apathy, laziness, depression, like lack of direction, etc. And the more skills that you develop that you can then leverage into potential financial opportunities. Who knows? For me, I would say like 0 to 13, 14, I would not say like I had any passions. I was a child. I don't know. Maybe when you were a child, you had passions. But I didn't really. We could talk about some, but it's not that important. In high school, the first thing that was a passion, not just from an interest and a curiosity perspective, but also from an action perspective, I'm applying this, I'm doing something with this, was really high school football. And I was very passionate about it. Like, I was. Like, I won the hardest worker of the summer award one off season. I was, when I started, the smallest and weakest and slowest person on the team simultaneously. That is hard to do. There are not many people in the world that can claim that. I promise you. Oh man. So I was very invested in working out, getting stronger, getting faster, getting better, and went from, ultimately I was bad. Like, no matter what we sliced it, I was still bad. But the improvement was crazy. Like, I went from, bench warming JV as a sophomore, which is incredibly embarrassing at a private high school with, 200 total males in the whole school. Regardless, went from there to summer heading into junior year, just 1 year later, I'm like the starting slot on 7-on-7, and it's looking like I might play some meaningful snaps on varsity. They start calling me Rudy, which is a little bit of a backhanded compliment, but as a short male, you just got to take that sometimes. And then I get hurt. I injure my back, trying to rehab it all fall. I can't get better. Eventually the doctor's like, you just need to stop. The MRI is like, hey, you have spondylolisthesis, slippage of your vertebrae. Like, it's just not going to work out. You ain't built like that. And so, boom, right? Gut punch. Like, this thing that I was so invested in, super passionate about, now gone. And that one, I really took in stride pretty well, honestly. But sometimes that gut punch, it's a while before you know what your next passion is. So it's not like you need to just like snap into the next thing. But for me, the next passions became really like my Christianity, my service in ministry, discipleship, etc., which then led me into the next 10 years of my life. I'm still a Christian, but vocationally, I was like a pastor, But the passion of football, like, what did that do for me? And who knows, really, but like, I made friends that many of whom I'm still friends with. It was overall supportive for my self-esteem to put on a little bit of muscle and really just to do something that some people thought I probably couldn't do. Not that I had this long list of haters, but when you're 5 foot flat, 100 pounds flat, and you run a 6'5" or a 6'6" 40, like, it's not too many people saying you should play football for the first time in your life as a high school student. So it was supportive of my self-esteem, also supportive of my health. Like, I can go into a gym and lift weights and know what to do, or know some things that I can do, and feel generally inside my skin comfortable in that environment. And many more things. But what I'm trying to say is there's ripple effects to the 2 years where playing football in high school really was like my passion. A lot of time, a lot of sweat, a lot of effort, with nothing to show for it, right? You get injured, boom, gone. No high school glory. I literally never recorded a single stat, okay? No touchdowns, no catches, no tackles, nothing. It's as if I didn't exist. So what I'm trying to get at is the direction of my passion was absolutely missed. But the cultivated passion has continued to just benefit me in certain ways. And I'm 30 years old, okay? Like, this is 15 years ago. I'm not talking about like living in my high school hero glory days. I'm trying to say there weren't any glory days. That passion was for nothing. And what I'm trying to get at is, even when I'll share another example in another video because I just got home and so it's time to be done. But when your passion pivots, you are still better off for having cultivated the passion, regardless of how high the climax was within that passion specifically that you were cultivating. Sound good, guys? Your passion's not your purpose. It's not your why. It's just stuff that you do. It's just caring about stuff, doing stuff, being interested, curious, applied, right? It's the opposite of apathy, is passion. And it's such a strong word. You might help yourself if you thought, just anytime I say passion, just replace the word with like interest, activity, curiosity. That's all we're really talking about. How do you cultivate that in your life? Because the more and more you can do that, open doors. Open doors. All right, that's all I got for y'all on this one. See you soon.